But we're all about standards and values here at Smacking Off.
I'm the great smack talker on the fucking face of the earth right now.
You're just jealous of my shine.
Today's in there tripping on acid, man. This is going to be a great episode.
I try to do my part, guy.
SEC player of the year, bro. Come on, that's like being the smartest kid in your special ed class, bro. Ain't nobody take that seriously.
Are you pooping?
I believe that's what they call
You're
it.
pooping. I don't hear pee sounds, dude. You're making...
Because I would beat your goddamn brains out.
No, USC is far better than Oklahoma historically.
Don't be ridiculous right now.
You fucking talking.
What the fuck are you saying about the SEC, bro?
Dude, whatever you're smoking, buy a ton of it.
Meatloaf is moist as my pussy gets. I promise you that.
Jesus Christ, that hurt. I'm still going to have it.
Smacking off the pumpkins.
Bro, I'm gonna be a SoundCloud rapper, bro.
That is the best thing you've ever said on this show. Hello and welcome to another galvanizing edition of the Smacking Off podcast. I'm your host, Shannon Madden. I'm joined with my co-host and producer, Mr. Doug Phillips. Doug.
I'm doing wonderful.
I know you are. Good. We've got a great show planned for you tonight, this evening. We've also got some big news. As we were putting this episode together, we found out that...
Hello.
What up?
What's up, man?
You?
Been having kind of a rough day. I've been cleaning shit up off my floor all day.
Why? Why did you shit on your floor?
I got a new puppy.
Oh, what kind of puppy?
Oh, he's a mutt. His name is Lou.
Oh, are you going to beat the shit out of Lou every night?
Oh, man, no. I'm going to try to be nice to the guy. I'm going to take him under my wing.
Oh.
Yeah. He's going to be right there next to my son, Jeremy.
Well, that's sweet. Is this the dog you got for Jeremy?
Oh, no, it's definitely for me.
Man, did you see where a guy named joined Family Smack today? And Russ embarrassed the fuck out of him, and that guy is gone.
Did he leave already?
Because that guy actually, he asked to join, I believe. I don't think anybody added him.
Yeah.
He asked to join, and when I clicked it, it showed all of his damn his subgroups that he was in.
Yeah, I mean,
There's like a whole bunch of tranny shit, email tranny.
That was
that was
actually pretty funny. Yeah. And actually, you need to post a screenshot of that up when the podcast airs.
I've actually been talking to this guy for years. I didn't know he was in the trainees and shit.
Oh, well, I mean, there's
he's an X. He's more of an X's and O's guy.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I thought that Russ had a great idea.
We are.
Dorita.
Hey, we are accepting of all people here on the podcast. Let's go ahead and get that straight right now.
I just don't think he wanted to. He didn't want to talk.
He didn't
want
to talk about it though.
There's a way to go in and block that shit where people can't see it, right?
I would hope so.
I don't think he knows how to do it.
If that dude's in the Asian she-males, you can't tell me he's not trying to fuck Dorita.
Is that a thing? Is there really an Asian she-male?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I'm
learning. But I still believe. I believe in a lot of shit.
No, I take that back. I went to a drag show like many years ago and saw an Asian dude in drag, and oh my god, there was like somebody had to point it out, and I wasn't even really that drunk. You know how I used to drink back.
You were going to try to pick. You were going to try to pick her up.
I had to give it a thought for a second, and then of course I heard the news, and it was just like it was game over. Then it was a softie,
right,
Mr. Softie.
Yeah, he was actually hard the whole time. You just didn't realize it.
Well, Russ, we've got to go over something very important right now. You're back in SEC Smack.
Oh, it's fucking great. It's fucking great to be Smack Jesus right now. Pretty much kicked all the other groups to the curb. I still drop in on them, but I'm all SEC Smack now.
Well, you're still an
Big
admin.
Shout out to David Marshall for coming to his senses.
And I'm glad you said that because we're going to go ahead in the same sentence and make sure that everyone knows that you're still an admin over at #FamilySmack.
Yeah, I don't think I can say that over there because I'm walking a tight line.
Yeah, you can't. Let me go ahead and tell you right now.
You can't do it. You can't do a lot of stuff over there.
Yeah.
Well,
I know, that's why I'm trying to.
And some stuff you don't even have to do over there they'll still.
And bear in mind,
That's what I'm trying to
I'm not about in any shape, form, or fashion. I'm not about to trash any group that I'm currently an active member of. I absolutely adore and love SEC Smack, and I love what they do over there. However, it is still a sticking point with the show that Doug has been removed from SEC Smack and is still not allowed.
And hey, and Russ, you can forget about trying to get me back in because it's.
Came down from the big man himself.
He became convinced. Remember?
I don't know if y'all realize this, but I'm back in SEC Smack.
You are.
Yeah, no.
That just proves Smack Jesus is real. I have been reincarnated and brought back into SEC Smack, and you can too. Why are you?
Well, I don't.
Go ahead and ask you a question, sir. Why were you bad?
Well, see, let me.
See if I can do.
Oh, Doug's fixing to tell you. Actually, we talked about it in an episode. Well, it was a few weeks back. But yeah, go ahead and give him the story real quick.
Okay, first off, it's not that I don't like SEC Smack. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, Shannon really has more engagement there, and I like one of us having a presence over there just to promote the podcast. I'm not losing sleep over it, one way or the other. But when we first started Family Smack, Shannon brought in, actually came in, had a little argument with somebody in the welcome thread. And like 2 days later, I was gone. And the only information we could get was that he felt like I was member mining out of SEC Smack to get people in Family Smack. So he removed me, banned me, both of my accounts.
And I literally had to because I tried to ask a couple of the admins and mods about it, and they put it on the message board, and nobody answered back. And then finally, and I won't out who it was, but somebody finally did come back and said, "Hey, this is the reason why." And I've got it saved somewhere.
I don't understand why they get so paranoid about it.
Well,
for real.
Don't say too much because you don't want to.
No, yeah, we don't want to jeopardize
Matter of fact,
your
if
position in
you
SEC.
want us to cut that out.
Hell, I might be booted from Smack here today or two since this broadcast too. Who knows?
Sirs, I'm above the law. Let me go ahead and tell you that. And I will be having a word with everybody at SEC Smack about this.
Well,
because you guys support me, I support you, and fuck them.
That's what I'm saying. We're a team here.
I'm not. You don't have to go to bat for me over there. It's nothing that I'm losing sleep over.
All right. Well, David Marshall, I didn't mean that. That was the whole thing because I fuck you. But yeah, I did.
And I'm not saying that.
But to be fair, though, we both have we've gotten quite a few of the cool kids from SEC Smack over on the show, and we absolutely love having.
And we
them
plan on continuing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing has changed as far as we go. I still love SEC Smack. They've just chosen to boot Doug.
Shannon was always the connection over there, and I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say this out of disrespect to SEC Smack that I'm not losing sleep over it, but I'm more of an X's and O's guy, so I don't.
And it's hard to get bent out of shape when you're a member of 30-some, 40-some groups.
Yeah, I mean the biggest group that I'm in is All Sports.
Yeah, Dane.
Yeah,
where's Dane? Dane hadn't been on in a while.
Actually, he has. Oh, on the show.
Well, call whoever that guy is a pussy for him because
he's a Clemson. He's a Clemson guy. Trust me.
Left and right.
You'll probably be able to get a chance to do that because he's a Clemson guy.
Well, it's just like that group does not like a troll type character like myself.
Are you talking about all sports?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he started it, but he is an admin there.
They're admins. If you fuck with them ever so slightly, they'll just go ahead and get in their feelings and just boot you.
Oh, okay.
So that's just saying that the leadership over there is fucking trash. If they're just gonna let little random mods and admins just boot people.
So, Dane, that was definitely directed towards you. We hope to have you on the show soon to talk about this.
I don't even know who that is.
We've only booted a couple people at Family Smack. I've removed a couple just because I felt like they were a time bomb.
I only
removed
the one.
I've seen a chick. I've only seen one person on the block list. I'm not going to say who it is because I don't even fucking remember. Some chick. I wonder what this guy did.
Did you block a chick?
I blocked yes, she was old. She was like 75 years old. I posted about it.
Oh,
she was like,
the bitch I was fucking. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
So ghetto right now.
No, she was actually. She actually loved that kind of shit. She's not there anymore. She might have died, but
wait a minute.
Yeah. What was her? She had an old name, Opal.
Opal.
That was like a hurricane that hit here. Like 20 years ago.
Exactly. But yeah, she was cool. No, but it was another woman. She was 75. I added her on accident. and she was not. It wasn't just, hey, I'm just going to click out of this group. No, she was pissed that she was added, and she wanted to talk about it.
Oh shit! And she wanted.
And I thought
that's somebody that's eventually going to report. To
I
Facebook,
thought, yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
So I just banned her.
Yeah, you don't want the Zuck. No Zuck.
That's really the. Yeah,
I went ahead and
that's
banned her
really
just so that I couldn't accidentally add her again at some point.
Yeah.
But
Has that a guy named Don Taylor tried to join yet?
Don Taylor. I don't know. We've
Some kind of like weird pedophile type guy like Fleming. From,
we got to get him in.
College
Who's that?
Football
You're
Coach.
I know you're talking about old David LaRue. Yeah, he's in there.
Is that him?
No. Is it real?
No, this is like a legit old pedophile.
He said pedophile guy, so I just automatically assumed David. So
David LaRue proved to me that he was a little bit more savage than I thought he was tonight.
oh, I like David. That's my boy right there, man. That's my
there's a
that's my smack crush.
Make Everfish count with my cash. The app every fisherman wants to have.
I don't want to wait till my birthday. That's not until December. I want the my cash app right now.
Yeah, I work construction. I build things. Do you understand how important that is to the world?
Doyle Hargraves Construction.
Told you 3 times already. The law's on my side.
Smacking Off invites you to join us on the podcast. If you have an opinion on an upcoming game, some commentary on your conference, or want to roll with one of your fellow smackers on air, hit us up. You can message us at the Smacking Off or X's and O's Facebook pages, email me at maddenshannon@toothfairy.com, or call us on the Smack line, 304-508-BAIT. And as always, fuck your team.
I'll go. Let's be serious for a sec. I'm gonna try not to joke. I'm gonna say try. No, I'm not gonna joke about it. There was a post in Smack today about a kid from Florida. I'm not from Florida. I forgot where it said he was from, but he had like some kind of terminal illness and he passed away. And he's like a big Tebow fan and all that stuff. And everybody was giving like thoughts and whatnot, and then a few people right at the end jumped in and started trolling hard, and even I thought it was kind of fucked up.
Yeah, well, that's just what happens on the internet, man. I mean,
no, I used to tell people I'd dig up their grandmas and fuck their corpses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was just whenever I'd get pissed off. But the message that the dude had wrote, he like drawed out the whole story. I was like, damn. A little bit more savage than I thought. I got more respect for him out of it, actually. But it was pretty fucked up.
Well, I don't know. I think a lot of that stuff comes from, a seed of truth.
I don't know, dude. I'm fucking high.
I know.
But
you're always high. You need to just say no. Nancy Reagan had a good idea there. It worked. It worked for the Reagan administration. They were able to get rid of drugs completely.
She's dead, isn't she?
I don't talk about ill. No, yeah. Is she dead?
Oh, man.
I think all them 80s first ladies are
Carter's still around, though. Carter's not going anywhere. I want to know what that guy's eating.
He
Jimmy
had
Carter.
cancer, and now he doesn't.
Yeah. He
believes in Jesus, so it helps.
Yeah, it does.
I'm already missing Barbara, though.
I don't know. Babs was cool. I don't know. She had that, like, if you lined up all of the different, first ladies of the past 100 years or so, and I had to pick one of them to bake me some cookies and tell me like a cool story about what happened when she was younger, and like look outside, make sure nobody's listening, and then tell you some of the really real shit that happened.
Yeah.
Like about her getting finger banged on the bus down to the lake or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think she'd be cool like that. I always got that vibe from her. Laura Bush too.
Jackie.
Laura Bush is a decent woman. She didn't deserve that.
What deserve?
I'm hoping when Hillary goes out there, it's like dramatic. I'm hoping like terrorists get her, and there's like
Nah,
a propaganda
that won't happen.
video. And
That won't happen.
they
She's
they like have sex with her to death.
The terrorists ain't going to get her. She actually runs those.
yeah. The things she's done for the deep state, I'm sure that she will live a very comfortable life all the way up until the very moment that she dies.
She'll probably be like cryogenically frozen and fucking brought back in like
Like Dr. Evil?
2,000 years to take over the world.
Yeah. I mean, again, if you blind them all up, that would be the one that I would say, yeah, she'd probably be the one to do that.
Bill is looking rough. And Bill
yeah.
has had it.
Well,
God bless Bill.
I
He was
think
a
they're
great
both
president.
vampires, and Hillary has finally overtook Bill and like stole part of his soul.
And basically,
so she can
she's
keep going.
feeding on Bill now.
Yeah, they have a deal. They
songed him Mortal Kombat style.
well, they do a lot of that. What is that? Spirit cooking and all that other stuff. So,
Have you heard about the spirit cooking, Russ?
No.
Dude, hey, you need to Google that
Enlighten
shit.
me.
Google. No, I'm dead fucking serious. Google that shit when you get off with us, and Google spirit cooking. It'll freak you the fuck out.
It will.
No shit.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Did they actually do it?
Yes.
That was in the WikiLeaks.
Documented.
That was definitely documented in the WikiLeaks. Now, apparently, it's supposed to be a dramatization or something like that, not like the actual, real, honest to God spirit.
Go ahead
cooking,
and give them a
but-
rundown so that the people listening to the podcast.
I think everybody needs to just Google spirit cooking. It's be forewarned. It's kind of like somebody telling you to Google 2 girls in a cup, but it doesn't involve girls pooping in a cup.
Oh my God, that's like I can watch like people get their heads cut off with chainsaws and cut in half.
I bet you've seen a
But-
Serbian film, haven't you?
Seen what?
A Serbian film.
I've seen them all.
No, have you seen
all the stuff?
Have you seen a Serbian film?
It's called A Serbian Film.
A Serbian
Does
film.
it does not have another name in America?
No, it is. That's the name of it.
no, I
A
have
Serbian
not.
film, and it was made in Serbia. It caused quite a controversy when it was made, and it's if you ever watch it, you'll see why.
This guy's
I can't watch it. I can't watch the whole thing. It's
one of those ones that actually has like actual. Like,
No.
Like
It's
animal killing.
No, and that's the thing is that there was a lot of fuss made about it when it was made to make sure that everybody was, it was an actual, real, honest to God horror production, because there's some pretty really, really, really fucked up shit in that movie.
Yeah, I'm into gore, but like
If you're
they
into-
start like actually killing like real animals and shit, that kind of
No, nothing like that. But yeah, you need to watch it because I really don't want to go into it. I want to completely surprise you. I want you to watch it yourself. It's got subtitles though because it was made in Serbia.
Well, yeah, a lot of the good horror movies. Got
But trust me, if you like gore and you like the grisly shit, this is about.
Is it how long? Is it a long movie?
No, it's been 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours.
All right, hell yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch it tomorrow.
Yeah, check it out. Are you on? How do you get your movies? You're not a Netflix guy, are you?
Fuck no. I didn't. I don't have Netflix. I had it on the TV that I have at my house. I inherited it, and then the guy didn't pay his bill, so I'm out of it. I just finished Sons of Anarchy when he did it, so I'm just glad I finished.
You need a fire stick and
Dude, you need a fire stick. You got internet at the house, so get you a fire stick and get you some
Cody.
Get you some Cody. Terrarium TV has been my new go-to lately. You won't miss a damn thing.
Yeah, I need it for my UFC too, because I'm big on that shit.
Yeah. Cody's got a lot of the live streams and stuff like that on it. Yeah, and it's all free.
There's no MMA talks in the groups. I thought that there might be.
There's groups dedicated to MMA. I mean, usually most of the smack groups that we're involved in are primarily based around college football. Anytime that you try another discussion, it usually kind of trails off. You get a basketball discussion, you'll get a few people pop in there, unless it's an actual basketball group. So.
I guess I'm kind of being kind of stupid because I'm not really talking about sports when I do most of my shit anyways.
I mean, I don't think any of us are except for Doug. Doug's the only person that knows anything about sports on the show. That and some of the other people we bring on. I don't know shit.
Well, Russ, if you figure out that you are able to do that other segment, then hit me up beforehand.
Oh yes, please.
Yeah, I'll be able to. It's going to end, but I'm going to try to make it happen.
All right.
Are you doing the poker?
Yeah, man. It's stressful. It's like I got 2 weeks to go, and it's
Is this an online tournament or is this a local thing for a place in the?
It's just we like legally we have to call it a club, so that it's not breaking any rules. But we all pay $50 a week, and we play for like almost 40 weeks. And the winner goes to the World Series, and all the money we have that goes to food and all that.
Is
stuff,
it? But is this a group that meets like face to face, or is this an online thing?
No, it's face to face. It's a live game.
Okay. Cool. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, you have to be able to trust people like this, because the rules are it's 60-40. So even if because I'm already kind of fluking right now, I'm really stressing it, but I'm still in it. But even if I was to get put out and the person that was to win, I'd be in a group of 6 people that would split the other 40% of what, 8 million if you won.
Oh wow, okay.
However much you got to. So
if you actually had, because the odds are astronomical to get out there and actually to be able to place in the money. Especially
it's actually gotten to get the money isn't as hard anymore. Well, I'm not gonna say it isn't as hard. They've expanded the numbers. It used to be like 666, which was kind of a fucking weird number. But then now it's like in the thousands.
Oh, okay.
You start to cash,
Yeah.
So it's less. Like,
but then again, how many people actually enter in the World Series of Poker these days? I would imagine to be quite a few.
It's varied throughout the years. I think it's the last 2 or 3 years. I think it's actually went down a little bit, but it's like between 6 to 8, somewhere around there.
That's still a lot of people sitting around playing poker.
Yeah, but
to get started with, you have
so.
a lot of people get knocked out pretty quick, especially you have people want to go in there and throw all in really quick.
Mr. Smack, Jesus, we've got a USC guy we're fixing to bring on, so we're going to let you go to bed.
Hey, man, we appreciate you coming on.
Who is this USC guy in which you speak?
Mike Gibbs.
Mike Gibbs.
That guy's got love for Smack Jesus. I have props for him as well.
We'll have to send him your regards.
Go ahead and tell him Smack Jesus said hello whenever you get him on.
I most certainly will.
I don't usually show love to pieces of trash from USC, but I'll make an exception for that guy.
Fair enough. Well, hey, see if you can't come back on tomorrow night.
I will, man. Just give me a call.
Hey, peace out, man.
All right, man.
If you want to win the game, you gotta take a good aim and get the most marbles with your hippo. Playing Hungry Hippos. Hungry Hippos.
Hungry Hippos is the name of the game, and whoever hippo gets the most marbles wins.
Playing Hungry Hippos. Hungry Hippos.
I win! Hungry Hippos, new from Hasbro.
Smacking Off invites you to join us on the podcast. If you have an opinion on an upcoming game, some commentary on your conference, or want to roll with one of your fellow smackers on air, hit us up. You can message us at the Smacking Off or X's and O's Facebook pages, email me at maddenshannon@toothfairy.com, or call us on the Smack line, 304-508-BAIT. And as always, fuck your team. Fellas, how y'all doing?
Hey, I'm doing fine. This is Paul Garner from Little Texas, Tennessee.
All right, Paul, and is Jesse on the line as well?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
All right, good deal. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. I present to you, from the group Next Level, Vol fan Paul Garner, and the legendary Boogeyman from National F-Bomb Sports, ladies and gentlemen, JPC himself, Jesse Paul Clark. Fellas, I really appreciate both of you coming on the show tonight. Let's talk about Hate Week. Let's do this shit.
Let's do it.
All right, fellas. We got the big game this weekend. What's going on? Let's talk about it.
Well, like it's going to be 11 years in a row, brother.
Yeah. I'd have to agree. He ain't JPC to me. He's CPJ He ain't JPC to me. He's CPJ to me. He's coward pussy, Jesse. But I'd have to agree with him. I'd have to agree with him on Alabama, because right now the Vols just ain't got nothing to fuck with Alabama right now. I'd have to agree with him on that, and that's my comment on the football game, and we can take it wherever he wants to take it.
Now, Jesse, he just called you a coward and a pussy, and I will have to point out, both guys agreed to come on this show. It took giant, huge balls to get on here and actually face one another, because you guys have been each other's throats for quite some time now. Jesse, what's your response to that?
Well, I mean,
I can't hear the motherfucker. Tell him motherfucker to speak up, because I can't hear.
Hang on, Paul. Give Jesse a chance to talk now.
All right.
So that's what I'm talking about. He can't let nobody else talk. He's over here stumbling over a damn acronym. He can't even do an acronym. He can't even say UCLA. Say UCLA for it.
I can say you a goddamn bitch. You're a goddamn bitch. Motherfucker. You are a goddamn bitch. And if you was around me, I'd smack your goddamn ass and you wouldn't do a goddamn thing about it. But lay your goddamn punk ass down. Because I want motherfuckers like you every goddamn day. You a fucking punk ass bitch. And now we all know it. And I love it because we all know it. And I would smack your goddamn ass and you wouldn't do a goddamn fucking thing but shut your goddamn mouth. Because I would beat your goddamn brains out. I would beat your goddamn brains out.
Yeah, I'm afraid, Jesse, I am afraid that Paul may have a stroke here in the middle of this.
Do you fucking hear me? I would beat your goddamn brains out. And then on top of it, you want to get people's fucking families involved in smack groups? You want to say my wife don't even know you, you broke bitch ass motherfucker. She don't even fucking know you. Don't nobody know you. You a goddamn bitch. And I would smack your goddamn ass, and you wouldn't do a goddamn thing about it, but lay your goddamn ass down, because you a punk bitch. You a punk bitch, and we all know it, you lying drunk motherfucker. You goddamn got arrested, and they fired your goddamn ass. They fired your goddamn ass. They fired your goddamn ass. They fired your goddamn ass, and you can't stand it. You a goddamn punk bitch. And I love it. And I got you. And you'll always be my bitch. And I'll fucking knock your goddamn teeth out. You won't do nothing like that. I know you motherfuckers like you all over. You a punk bitch. You a punk bitch. And I love it. And I got you, you stupid motherfucker.
Hey,
you a stupid motherfucker. You a stupid motherfucker. I appreciate you having me on, man. Sorry about me cussing Jesse like a dog, but fuck it, I did. That's how it is.
Well, shit, man, that's what it's all about. I mean, here.
You know what I'm saying? I did, dude. I cussed him I cussed that something like a dog, dude.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. It's definitely going to be up on the podcast in its entirety, and I mean, quite frankly, you know, I'm speechless. I mean, it was just utterly amazing. I was just had my hands in the air, just like.
Trick or treat!
This segment is brought to you by Family Smack. Fuck your mama, fuck your daddy, and fuck your entire family.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Gibbs.
This is our second PAX matter.
Yeah, we got Pat. We got.
We actually had one time. What was his name? Josh Arena.
Yeah.
You know Josh?
Man, yeah, I kind of do. He tried to bring up water polo. Like in 2016, USC won a water polo championship.
Mm-hmm.
And I said something about it, and he deleted me off his friends list.
What?
Josh Arena.
Yeah.
And what was it that water polo?
USC won a water polo.
This is already turning out to be a really good segment right out of the gate.
And we had a big Rose Bowl game coming up against Penn State, and it was no time to talk about water polo.
Right. I agree. I mean, water polo is just one of those things that, somebody I'm sure went and watched that event.
How do you get the horses in the pool is what I want to know.
I can't figure it out either. Seahorses, you dumbass.
You can't ride a seahorse.
Yes,
I've
you
tried.
can.
They don't make them that big.
You can ride a seahorse.
No, they don't make them that big. Except the one at the mall that you got to put a quarter into it. You can rock back and forth a little bit. That one was pretty cool.
No, but Josh Googles too much for me. He really does.
He Googles too much?
Yeah.
Why?
I would always see him comment back to people where you search stuff on Google.
But that's what is that? Cheating?
I think he's a fair weather fan.
Oh, so basically, I do that too. I mean, there's no way I can keep up with all those stats. Hell, I can barely keep up with my girlfriend's birthday. That causes a lot of shit.
You shouldn't have to Google the 2008 though. Not if you're a real fan.
I wouldn't have to, but.
Well, but yeah, you're weird like that.
But
I might
you
go all the way back to the 70s.
No, if you're talking about stats, I would have to.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about record or, what happened that year, and for Alabama, I would know that.
Yeah, he got chased out of my group.
Well, plug your group real quick, man. I'm trying to remember what your group is. I know I'm a member.
It's Infinite Sports Zero.
Infinite Sports Zero.
About.
Yeah.
Are you a member?
Yeah, it's about. I'm the administrator. I made it about 6 months ago.
Okay.
You need to add me to it.
How many members you got?
We're at 1,600 right now.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Hang on, I'm looking this up now because I got to be in the know.
We don't mind if you mention that in Family Smack.
No, we don't.
Oh, okay.
We don't.
Not at all.
Everybody that is in Family Smack can mention any and all of the Smack groups.
Yeah, I don't want people coming in and memeing promotionals every day or something. But I sure as hell don't mind it mentioned.
This must not be a public group. Is this a private group?
This is a secret group.
Okay,
I'll add you.
That's why I can't find it. Okay.
I'll add you right now. Hold on.
Okay. Do that shit. Yeah, I like this. The whole internet thing that we're doing, right? We're on the radio podcast thing, and then on the internet thing. We're everywhere. I don't have pants on up, by the way.
Yeah, I tried to get Tiggy in there a few times, and he never responds to tags or anything.
Tiggy's, I don't know. He's been kind of out of the loop for a minute here. I think Tiggy Junior Swisher has stole his thunder.
A West Virginia fan.
Yeah,
well,
that guy.
I'm not gonna say nothing bad about the Big 12 this year.
No, no. Actually, this is a great show to do that on because the Big 12 sucks balls, and I think that's very.
I think the Big 12 is going to get left out this year.
I'm kind of feeling that way too, especially if Oklahoma, which really is their only serious
fan base
threat.
right there is annoying.
That is the most annoying fan base on the face of God's green earth. The Oklahoma Sooners are the biggest.
I seen them talking on the threads to Alabama all the time, and they didn't do nothing in the playoffs. So
yeah,
Tiggy's in your group.
Well, to be fair, Oklahoma. It's not like they didn't do anything in the playoffs. Oklahoma definitely they earned their spot where they got to, but unfortunately they just couldn't bring home the bacon. That's what happens when you heap the whole entire game on one player, which pretty well. I know that the running back had a few decent plays, but I think that was really because they anticipated a toss every single play. I really do.
So, do you think Tiggy's going to have a bad year as a Washington fan, Mike?
I think they're going to find that out in week 1.
Yeah, I think week 1
being a Pac-12 fan, I want to say Washington's going to beat Auburn. I don't see that happening.
Well, Tiggy says that Auburn will be about the 4th best team that Washington plays next year.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be true.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Auburn is not.
Auburn
is definitely not good on the road.
Washington has a soft schedule this year.
Yeah.
They don't have to play USC.
Well, they don't have to unless they meet them in the Pac championship game.
I think that's why Washington has probably crept up in that conversation. And again, if they can't beat Auburn, I don't see I don't see the committee because it really doesn't matter where Auburn falls unless Auburn actually somehow strangely wins out, and I just don't see that. I think Auburn's going to be good this year, but I think they're going to be pretty much consistent with what we've seen out of them the past couple of years. They could even eke out 10 wins this year.
Yeah, I think one of those wins will come against Washington. Though. I
don't know. I'm still really conflicted about this game because Auburn is bad on the road.
They are.
But they're practically playing a home game over in Atlanta versus, the Washington fan base, which has to travel all the way across the...
They're 0-2 in Atlanta in their last 2 games.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's really... You can't really... I mean, Auburn will have a lot of people rooting for them there, no doubt about it. And you'll have some SEC homers that'll just come, see what all the fuss is about. But, I don't know. That's such a weird, iffy game because Auburn has so many things. They had a horrible loss in their bowl. Let's just go ahead and get that on the table right now because nobody in their right mind would ever consider UCF any kind of champion of anything. Had Auburn just stood up.
Don't forget that they went on the road to Baton Rouge and lost to a team that had previously a week before had lost to Troy, I believe.
Yeah, that is currently coached, I might add, by the worst coach that Ole Miss has had in the modern era, period. Ed Orgeron set Ole Miss back. Hold
on that. Didn't Orgeron coach USC for a game?
He did.
Yeah.
A couple games, I think.
Yeah, he should. I think he should got a shot to be a head coach, and they offered to make him the highest paid assistant coach, and he left still.
Well.
Yeah, because he wanted to be a head coach, and I don't think he's a great head coach. I think he's a wonderful assistant. In the clutch, if you have to turn to him and say, "Hey, can you finish coaching this game real quick?" He's a good guy to do it. But as far as leading your team through the gauntlet of the SEC, it's just I'm sorry, he couldn't do it at Ole Miss, and of course you can't expect anybody to do it at Ole Miss. I think Hugh Freeze did a commendable job on the field.
So tell us about these Trojans.
Yeah, let's talk about it, man.
I think it's going to be. I think because they have us under the radar this year. A lot of people's not expecting much, but I've been hearing a lot about the defense.
My other USC guy from Family Smack, Ballo, doesn't have any faith whatsoever in. I see that. Yeah, doesn't have any faith at all in your head coach.
That's on him. I do because I like the way we did start off bad against Alabama in 2016, and I think
to come back and climb back to number 3 in the country by the end of the year and beat some really good teams in the process. Yeah, I mean a lot of teams would have just folded, and they would just called it in from the first game. I mean
it's obvious the recruits like him because we did snatch I want to say 5 people that Alabama had interest in coming for the 2018 class. 5 players. We snatched some big players from you guys and kept them in state.
Yeah, if I had the choice, I would definitely go out there versus Tuscaloosa. As far as
especially from that area too.
Yeah. I mean, Tuscaloosa is not really a happening town outside the facility there. Few nightclubs, most of your top 40 dance music, and lots of roofies.
Lamar, you had tendonitis last year. You played hurt the whole season. You're coming off elbow surgery. Are you going to be ready?
I'll be ready to play.
Please visit smackingoff.com for all of your smacking off needs.
I'm really liking the way this 19 recruiting's shaping up for as an Alabama fan.
We got to a junior.
We did.
Oh man, yeah,
that his little brother. Yeah,
crazy. We also got Paul Bryant's grandson.
Isn't this? I mean, it's just like the whole family's coming together.
Something's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, we just need Cornelius Bennett's cousin on there,
nephew,
and Gary Hollingsworth's.
I don't know. Cornelius Bennett's probably his grandson, by the way.
Okay, yeah,
he's old as shit.
Yeah, he is kind of old.
What's with all this Georgia excitement? I'm noticing it a lot in the groups.
I don't know. They were non-existent before last year.
Oh, they were.
You couldn't find them.
No, you couldn't find them anywhere. And
you can find them last year at this time.
And good luck trying to bring them on this show too, because they will talk mad shit online. But and again, you can tell them, hey, we're going to bring you on the show. We're not going to bring anybody else on. We're just going to talk about Georgia football. It'll be a positive segment for Georgia. No, they won't do it. Nope. I don't do that podcast shit, man. I just do this intranet.
Mm-hmm. You talking about Georgia early? Go ahead.
Yeah, you guys should hold a show on like February 26th every year.
The 2 and 26.
Oh yeah.
What, 2nd and 26?
It's a national holiday.
The 226 episode.
Yeah, the 226 episode.
The 2 and 26 episode.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, they're so easy to trigger.
All right, so if Washington does not if they don't get past Auburn and Atlanta, what do you see happening? And I know we're here to talk about USC, but we got to piss Tiggy off somewhere in this episode.
Yeah, we do.
I'm not going to say Washington's going to be terrible, but they're probably. I think they'll be. I'll be nice and say 11-1, and if they can make it to the Pac-12 championship, I don't see that happening. Because a lot of people's leaving Oregon out of the conversation. Oregon just got a nice class, and Oregon's got a new coach.
I've heard a lot of chatter.
Oregon's going to be better.
I've heard a lot of chatter about Oregon being really good this year.
Watch out, because they're not going to let the Chip Kelly Oregon. They're going to be more physical.
Who is Oregon's coach now? It's Mario. How do you pronounce that?
Van Peebles.
Yes.
I can't remember. He was
Mario Cristo or something. He used to be at Alabama.
And that, like, I don't know. I think they're going to be good this year. Like, USC doesn't play them in the regular season.
Let's talk about who USC is playing in the regular season.
We got UNLV to open the season.
Yeah, that's an easy win. We'll go ahead and put the
big
W on
but
that.
But then
one.
we got back-to-back road games. We play Stanford and Texas,
and that is that's a hell of a gauntlet right there, especially that early in the season.
And they're going to Austin, right?
Yeah, like out of our first 5 games, 3 of them's road games. And we got a road game against in week 5. We play against Arizona Wildcats. Nobody's talking about them, and in my opinion, they have one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
How about Washington State?
Washington
that's going to be
State,
some revenge.
I think they're going to fall off a little bit this year.
Well, they better fall off at USC because USC they have revenge on their minds, I'm sure.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. We get them at home this year.
Yeah, we skipped right over the whole reason for revenge. I noticed.
Yeah.
Don't want to talk about that one. Understood.
So,
yeah.
You were saying that you think Arizona's going to be good?
Arizona, they have a quarterback named Khalil Tate. He's been there, and I think he played like every game besides like the first 2 or 3, and then that guy put up some crazy numbers. Like USC had him down 28-7. Pretty much should have been over at halftime, and he came up and out of nowhere he had like 400 yards in the second half. He can run it and he could throw, and I think he's like on a dark horse for the Heisman this year. So people are hearing about him like real fast.
How about this trip to Utah?
Skipping over Colorado.
Utah's always tricky.
Yeah, Colorado. Colorado's coming to Los Angeles.
Yeah,
they're not going to.
Should be a W there.
I don't think you. I mean, I guess anything could happen, but Colorado was actually good the year before last.
Mm-hmm.
I think that when they got to the.
I think they're going to be a little bit better this year. They still have the same quarterback they had from 2 years ago. I think they'll be all right, but I don't see them competing in the South.
No.
But Utah, Arizona's going to be good. They have Kevin someone now as a coach.
Yeah.
And ASU picked up Herm Edwards. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but that's where he ended up.
Yeah.
I don't know. The SEC West.
I think Arizona can easily win like 9 or 10 games this year.
He'll look like Jimbo did back at Florida State.
Yeah.
And Jimbo's fixing to look like Sumlin.
Well, excuse me, Jimbo at the beginning of his tenure, not at the end, of course.
Right. Yeah, that it kind of ended on a sour note, didn't it?
Nasty sour note. That was like Florida State from the late 60s all over again before Bobby got there and whipped him into shape.
So back to Utah. Y'all traveling to Utah. Utah's one of them weird teams that playing
they're tricky to beat.
Yep, especially at Utah.
Yeah, they're returning a lot of players this year, so it wouldn't be a surprise.
Like if I was a USC guy, I would be circling. So far, I'd be circling. Well, I didn't know anything.
Our schedule.
Yeah.
Like our easiest road game is going to be against Oregon State. Everything else, I want to say it could be losable.
Arizona State are pretty good at home. They knocked out Washington off last year, but they're coming to Los Angeles. Yeah, Oregon State hasn't been good in a while.
And they start the season off against Ohio State right there. I'm calling that the game. That's going to be the battle for a real OSU, in my opinion.
Cal and USC has been competitive from time to time.
Oh, Cal. I think Cal's back for all. I don't know how many games you've seen Cal play last year, but they were virtually in every game.
I've seen them play Ole Miss and beat them.
Yeah, man, and they got some real recruits this year, so they could be another team to put on a dark horse list.
Yep, and then of course you've got Chip Kelly now at UCLA. That's going to make that rivalry interesting again.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be real interesting because it's late in the season, and Chip Kelly's a good quarterback to work with. He's got a really good quarterback to work with. That's all I will say.
Y'all going to pay Notre Dame back when Notre Dame comes to town?
They play Texas at the beginning of the year in week 2, I think, or not Texas. They play Oklahoma.
Yeah, UCLA does. Yeah, they're going to.
I'm really interested.
Well, hold on now. There's one sticking point here. I just read this the other day. I don't know if it's been taken care of. California, the government in California has forbid any state employees to travel to the state of Oklahoma, and that may apply to the football team. They don't know yet.
What's that about again? Because I remember this. This had something to do with like if they have. What is it, anti-gay legislation or something like that, or laws on the books about, gay folks that,
I'm not sure exactly what caused it, but it could actually affect the football game.
Like USC, if USC were to actually travel to Alabama, which I think there's still laws on the book. I know that gay marriage is finally grudgingly legal here.
They won't be coming to Alabama, and we won't be going to Los Angeles. They will agree to any
neutral site
game.
Yeah.
Won't they, Mike?
Yeah.
Well, again, that I don't see where you would want to do a home and home in a situation like that for either team. I think
sometimes it's good for. I think when teams do that, it's good for both teams because you don't have a return trip the next year.
The logistics for travel for something like that, though,
you talking about for fans?
Well, for fans, and
you
for the team.
know what'll happen though. You got USC and Alabama in the game. The fans that don't travel from Los Angeles or Tuscaloosa or the South or whatever and go to that game, the gap will be filled by the people around that area.
Well, and
because they will go to that game because it's two blue bloods.
And to be fair, yeah, Alabama does travel pretty well when Alabama remains relevant as far as they're the more elite. The elite boosters and the ones making a little bit of money. There's a lot of money hovering around the University of Alabama, not just in the football program, but just throughout the whole university. Alabama gets kind of a weird national reputation for a lot of different, probably legitimate reasons. But I don't think a lot of people are really cognizant about how much money surrounds the University of Alabama and its satellite colleges. It's ridiculous.
This segment is brought to you by Family Smack. Fuck your mama, fuck your daddy, and fuck your entire family.
Okay, well, moving right along, the big finale, Notre Dame and USC at the end of the season.
Them boys,
It's going to be payback. Unlike Ohio State and Michigan, this is a real rivalry game. Like the last couple of years, it's been going back and forth. I think it's going to be a really big payback game.
I would really hope that both of these teams have really solid, decent records, and that there is some sort of drama, outside drama surrounding this game, like maybe a playoff berth or something along those lines. Another cool backstory.
I think there's a good chance of it because I think Notre Dame. I think they're going to be pretty good. They get tested a little early. They got Florida State.
They play Michigan right off.
They do. Yeah. Michigan's usually a good defensive team. I still think that that Notre Dame wins that game, though. I really don't think that Harbaugh is going to make it. Not with the salary that he's making. Once you get to
around so long,
once you get to that salary, I'm sorry, but you can't just he hasn't beaten anybody since he's been there. He's beaten nobody, none of their major rivals.
Yeah.
Well, does he have one over Michigan State? He might have one over Michigan State, but he hasn't beaten Ohio State. He did beat Penn State once.
He did.
I don't know. He's got no wins over Ohio State, and that's really the only thing that matters in Michigan.
Well, and again, though, Michigan has not been a serious contender for any kind of playoff berth or anything. I mean, there's with the kind of money that he's making, he was supposed to be the savior of the program. And I really don't know. I don't know what it is about Michigan, why they've fallen off the map like they have. And to Harbaugh's credit, man, he's had some killer defenses up there.
Oh, no doubt.
Oh, I'm talking, top 5 defenses year in and year out. So, I mean, of course, it also proves that you can't, win football games with just a defense or just an offense.
Right.
You've got to have a good, fair, balanced team. And again, we've talked about this on the show before. The fact that teams are now recruiting outside of their home state, and we're not just talking about the neighboring state. We're talking about across the pond.
Yep. So, what do you predict for USC as far as record goes?
I want to say undefeated. I mean, I'm a USC fan. I want to say undefeated, but I'll be logical and say 10-2.
Where do you see your losses at?
I hate to say it, but right off, probably Texas, and
Interesting.
It's going to be Utah or UCLA.
I'm not sold on Texas yet. I can't do it.
I'm not either.
Oh no! Did you watch that USC Texas game last year?
I did.
I mean, I think they got a good quarterback, and they've just got a really good recruiting class in there.
Yeah, but I mean,
to help them out.
I don't.
They were in a lot of those games that they lost last year.
Yeah,
but I mean, the few Texas fans I've talked to, they are really completely all in with Herman, and I'm not sold on him yet. I'm really not. I wasn't really sold on him at Houston. I just think he had a couple good years and was able to kind of parlay that into.
For some reason, Houston's one of those places that it's pretty easy to pick up the people that get missed by Oklahoma, Texas, and all that. And for some reason, it's pretty easy to win at Houston because a lot of coaches have.
Yeah. Well, I think you could also say the same thing about maybe, TCU. They kind of fall in that same.
Except TCU's in a Power 5 conference.
Well, but you know what I'm
saying. They weren't a few years ago. Mm-hmm. I really think Houston is one of those teams that I can't understand why they're not in a Power 5 conference.
Yeah, I can't understand why they're not in the Big 12.
Yep.
Then again, if there's an exodus from the Big 12, which there has been a lot of speculation about that for and I think that the chatter's kind of increased on that over the past couple of years about the possibility, and at the same time, it's all speculation at this point, but the possibility that Oklahoma and Oklahoma State leave, and there's been some contention on which league that they'll join. Of course, the fan favorite is always going to be the SEC because the SEC is still pretty dominant right now. Actually, geographically, but at the same time, I mean, there's anybody could pick them up.
Word on the street is that the Big Ten has actually offered Oklahoma a spot if they can bring Kansas. They want Kansas for basketball.
Basketball, yeah.
So I don't know. Texas is the problem. Texas, I don't know if any conference with their own network is going to bring Texas in unless they drop the Longhorn.
And they're not going to do that. But again, how much does the Longhorn Network? How much does that net them at the end of the year? Is that a money making proposition for them, or
I don't think it
is that?
I mean, it could be, I guess, but they're not winning in football, so I don't see how it would be. It can't be all that it could be.
True.
Right now, but anyway, that's another story for another segment. As soon as we find a Longhorn fan,
they're out there.
I believe
I see them pop up every now and then. As soon as you start talking to them,
I got one in my group actually.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, you need to turn them on. We need a Longhorn connection.
Yeah, definitely.
Hell, we get you and him on before the Texas USC game.
I'm down with
Oh yeah, that's why he's on my friends list.
Oh, okay, good deal.
All right, so 10-2. You think 10-2?
Yeah, 10-2.
Where will USC be ranked at 10-2?
At 10-2.
Are you talking 10-2 going into the PAC championship game?
Yes.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, so Auburn almost became the first 2-loss team to enter into the CFP seeding this year.
Almost.
So it's not impossible.
If they'd have beat Georgia, it would have happened.
It's not impossible.
Yeah, I don't see a 2-loss team getting in. Actually, there's no way. I don't see it.
Well, there is a way, but that would pretty much require all of your, every team to lose 2 games.
I can tell you a way right now. You make sure that both of the teams that USC loses to are on the road. Competitive games.
Close losses.
And Washington beats Auburn and runs the table. And a 2-loss USC meets up with Washington, who is in the top 4, let's say at number 2 or number 3. And USC beats the dog shit out of Washington. I think they may get enough bounce to get into the top 4. What do you say about that?
That could happen, but I mean, I see the SEC get a lot of love from the committee.
All right, USC 10-2. Realistically, they're going to be sitting at about 8 or 9.
You think
at 10-2?
No, I really think we can go undefeated. We just have to be decided on the quarterback entering game
Okay,
one,
see, this is the version of you we were trying to get out a minute ago.
Yeah, we need the fan. I understand all that realist shit. That's all great, wonderful, and dandy and all.
There's nobody on the schedule that USC can't beat.
This isn't a rivalry. It's worse. Rivalries are every year. Every fall, the story rewrites itself. But this one sits there. Until finally, you get the chance to make it right. Or continue the nightmare forever.
Visit our Facebook pages, Smacking Off the Podcast fan page and Smacking Off the Podcast group page, facebook.com/group/smackoff, facebook.com/smackologists.
This is gonna be awesome. Yeah, you can do it with that.
Yeah, but I think Bama's going to be in for a surprise because I think there's going to be a meeting before 2020.
USC and Bama in the CFP.
We wasn't even decided on our quarterback until I think it was 2 weeks before the Bama game, and everybody's seen how that decision turned out.
Fuck your mama. Should have done fuck your mama. We're now going to sit and play with this shit now. This is what we should have been doing. This
fuck you, mama.
Yeah.
Fuck you, mama. No,
fuck yo, mama.
It's fuck yo, mama.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Can you do it like a Fred Sanford voice?
Fuck yo, mama.
Yeah. I don't know about that guy.
No, I don't have Fred Sanford's voice.
Why not?
I wish I did.
Why isn't there not a text to speech that has the voice of Red Fox?
That would be fucking awesome.
Or Richard Pryor.
Oh yeah. Richard Pryor. Who else?
Chris Rock.
Sure.
Chris Rock is like one.
George Carlin.
Chris Rock is like, I don't know. He's like I don't know. He's like a rich man's Gilbert Godfrey, if you think about it. Their voices are eerily similar. If you close your eyes and listen to both of them, yeah, think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking.
I'm really glad I shared this on the
Remember
podcast.
on I'm Gonna Get You Sucker when he wanted the drink poured into his hand for a nickel?
That's a good movie, man. I need to go back and watch that one again. Wayans Brothers. That's classic Wayans Brothers right there.
It is. How old are you, Mike?
I'm 42.
Oh,
42?
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're all right.
I was about 13 when that movie came out.
Yeah, okay. So you've seen it. You know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
My favorite scene is Keenan Ivory Wayans when he takes the girl out and they go back to her place for a little sexy time.
She starts falling apart.
She starts taking her her I think her wig off
and her leg and
then her leg and her teeth and then
I think there was a great opportunity there for him, but he just kind of wigged out.
Yeah,
and left.
Wigged out.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Right.
All right, well, man, we really appreciate having you on. We need to do this again. You gonna come on? You gonna come on when the season starts?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah!
All right, we'll get you.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going to log out or anything. I'm not like Josh Arena.
All right.
Please subscribe to our channel by clicking the small smacking off icon at the top of the screen now. Click the link at the bottom of the screen to watch last week's episode.